Hello there. Here's our podcast.
We look at the Wicked movie, which has just opened. Along with the movie, there's Wicked merch. On the back of the box of the dolls in Wicked, from Wicked, there's a QR code and a link to where you can actually go and find out more information. Sadly, it links to a porno site.
Sadly. Sadly, that's what I said to my wife. Sadly.
What a shame. Who knew?
I was looking for some IKEA furniture. That's what I was looking for.
I came up with a pub test today, food on a stick. The paper was filled with stories about how kebabs, food on sticks, blah, blah, blah. They're the stuff of summer. You can take them anywhere, how convenient they are. I don't want it.
In this podcast, you'll find a Jamie Oliver-sized hole. He was supposed to be on our show, but he pulled the pin because he's got some kid's book that's offended our Indigenous people. We'll talk about that.
And Rocco Ritchie, Guy Ritchie and Madonna's son, he's got an art exhibition, and the way he talks about his life is quite extraordinary.
Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, you nutface?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
But you're an idiot.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you for asking.
Super dupes. It's Tuesday. No ships coming into the harbour?
No, I was having a look out. There's nothing this morning. They'd be in by now, wouldn't they? They'd have let me know.
Well, you are the harbour master.
Mistress, please. I'm harbour mistress. I'm in charge of the shipping news. I'm ship-faced most of the time.
Yesterday, what was the ship's name that came in yesterday?
Pacific, my man.
Yeah, the Pacific Mamair. And the information that you dropped on us, Ryan and I were just agog.
Now you're mocking me, but I said it's going to Moreton Bay. Mm-hmm. And you said, so are people getting off? I said, well, that's what people do. Some people get off the boat, others get on and it goes on its journey. And then they'll get off and other people get on and it goes on a journey.
Hang on. So the ship comes in, people get off, then people get on.
And some people get off it and some people get on it, also on board.
What sort of cruise are we talking about?
I don't know.
But no ship today. I think the ships come on Monday and Wednesday. I think that's the vibe.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have your shipping news tomorrow.
All right. Stand by.
Look forward to
Soldier.
that.
Sailor. Sorry.
I was looking forward to Jamie Oliver on the show today.
He's not coming on now.
He's not coming on because he's got this new book out.
Well, he's got a new cookbook out, which I've taken home. I nicked it. And it's interesting because it's sort of a book about food for cosy lives. It's how to use a tin of tuna. It's how to make your meals go longer. It's how to make nice food without spending a lot of money. But he's in a bit of trouble because he wrote a kid's book, a novel.
Yeah, it's a little kid's book. Billy, this character is an ongoing series, but in this particular series, he goes from England to Alice Springs and he meets up with a young Indigenous girl who's in foster care, and that Indigenous girl gets stolen by an evil person. And obviously, there's some issues there.
There's been some blowback. We'll talk about it later in the show. There's been blowback. People saying, "Have you stereotype enough?" That he hasn't had a nuanced look at what's happening in Australia. He's just done a very distant view of what happens in Central Australia.
I'm disappointed because he should have come on the show today. We could have talked about this, but now he's chickened out.
He's put all his publicity, I think.
He's chickened out, but it'll be a very nice chicken that he's making in his pucker tucker there.
That's true.
But Jamie, Phil, if you're listening, you can come on the show, mate. You talk your way out of this if you like. That sometimes helps. You talk it through instead of running away and being a chicken.
Well, it may not have been his choice. It may have been his publicist's choice.
I'd be listening to myself.
You'd be listening to us.
Yeah, I'd be listening. I'd be coming on to talk about, you've got to clear these things up. If you don't clear stuff up, it just gets worse. It just festers.
But he has put out a press release saying, I'm so sorry if I've offended anybody.
Sure.
The book's been pulled. He said, I'm sorry if this storyline in this wasn't to your liking, and I'm sorry that I've seemed naive about it.
I always find when you're fresh out of ideas, you write a kid's book.
When's yours coming out?
I'm going to write one. It's so easy. I'm going to write about the lady with the shipping news.
It's so easy. Anyone's written a kid's book would be listening to this with you saying it's so easy. Enid Blyton would be rolling in her grave.
Shooting fish in a barrel. You write a kid's book, easy. Pop-up books. Now, that's a tough book to write, a pop-up book.
Mm.
We should do a pop-up book on this show. That'd be great.
No, thank you.
Up pops Jemwai Rai.
Only for a few more weeks. Then we rip him out.
Jemwai Rai's leaving. A lot of people are upset that you're leaving.
Oh, really? What are they
Jamie Oliver's writing a book about it.
Jamie, you're getting abducted by a villain.
I haven't received any emails or anything.
Do you check emails?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Should we get on to the Magnificent Seven?
Yeah, of course we should.
Here's question number 1. If someone is described as a yapper, what do they like to do?
Jam Nation. Here's the Magnificent Seven. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
Well, one of the prizes is $150 to spend at Winnings Appliances, where you can get access the Black Friday deals. When's Black Friday? Is that the day after Thanksgiving in America?
I think, is it this Friday? It is.
It's Thanksgiving
the
this
Black
weekend.
Friday sales in America.
Is it? Because I don't think...
Yeah.
Do you know, Ryan?
Jemwai Rai?
Thanksgiving's later in November, isn't it?
Black Friday is the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Friday the 29th of November.
So the sales are sort of starting now-ish.
It's one of those things that we suddenly just came along and accepted.
Yeah.
It's like, when you go to Subway and they say, would you like it toasted or fresh? And I hate the word when they say that.
Which word?
Either toasted or fresh when they say fresh for the Subway.
What would you say?
Well, that doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is you go to other places now. I went to a normal sandwich shop and the guy said, do you want it toasted or fresh? I went, oh, no, this is a Subway thing.
Because normally would it just be toasted?
Toasted or not toasted?
Yeah.
Do you want it toasted? No, thanks. You know what I mean? Do you hear what I'm saying?
Well, it's like the big debate we had about biscuit and cookies.
I think that's a different kettle of fish.
No, I think it's the same. We're just adopting American language.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like people say takeout.
Yeah.
My youngest son said, I'm going to get some takeout.
Yeah.
It's, mate, it's takeaway.
Yeah, it's takeaway.
Or Guzman.
As it's known in your
That's
house.
all he eats. I swear that kid is going to start growing a sombrero.
You told me when he was a kid he lived like a moth.
Yeah.
He'd just eat on air motes.
All he eats is Guzman. And you see how good Guzman's going? It's worth $1 billion.
It's not Australian, is it?
Yeah, it's Australian.
I didn't know that.
Guzman is an Australian guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
what's the trick of the franchise? It's just a fast Mexican food.
it's Mexican food that's dead cheap. And you know Janine Ellis from
Boost Juice?
Boost Juice. So she tried the nacho type thing and it didn't work as well. I just don't think Australia was ready for it.
Oh.
Years ago we had Taco Bell. That came to Australia on the
I
Gold
didn't know
Coast.
we'd had Taco
And
Bell.
it didn't work because we didn't get Mexican food.
Right.
Now we get it.
Should have been called Nacho Man. Copyright me if that takes off. Hello, Lara in Menai. How are you?
I'm great this morning, thank you.
That's good. Question 1. If someone's described as a yapper, what do they like to do?
They love to talk.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. The Australian netball team has gone viral for a pre-match dance they performed to which song by NSYNC?
It was the men's netball
Yep.
team. Have you seen the footage of it?
It was very good.
I loved it.
NSYNC. Oh.
Sorry, Lara.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting bent out of shape about
Why
it.
would you bother? It's like the ray gun thing. It's just great
There's
and
so many
enjoyable.
things to
Just
stress
enjoy
about
it.
in this world. I like the choreography.
I loved it.
Yvette is in Emu Plains. Hello, Yvette.
Good morning, how are you?
Very
Good.
well. So the men's netball team, they've come out. It's not a haka, but it's like before the game starts, they came out and they performed to what an NSYNC song. It was brilliant.
I have no idea.
Oh.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven. Where are we at, Nanda?
Question number 2. It's going to Chris in Blacktown. Hello, Chris.
Good morning, Amanda.
Hello. The Australian,
Hello, Chris.
Good morning, Jonesy. How are you?
Good, thanks.
The Australian men's netball team has gone viral for a pre-match dance they performed. What was the song? It was an NSYNC song.
Bye, bye, bye.
It was this. The dance is great.
How did they play? Did they win the game?
Yeah. Fired them up and they won.
They won the dance, they won the game, and they won our hearts.
Yeah.
Let's play Sing It Back to Me, Chris.
Sing it for me. Sing it back.
Just sing it to me.
Sing it back to me.
Can you sing the next line of this song?
When I saw you in that this, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this.
Go.
Honey, you look perfect.
That'll do us, Chris.
Or is it Ed? I can't tell.
I can hear people in the background. Are you having to sing in front of people?
No.
Oh, good. I thought you might have been in a
Sounds
cafe
like you
or
got a
something.
party going on there, Chris.
No, but I've got a meeting in about 5 minutes.
Okay, let's get you
quick
winning.
sticks.
Here we go. This is multiple choice. Who was the first Disney princess? Was it A, Snow White, B, Cinderella, or C, Aurora?
Cinderella.
No.
Good luck with the meeting, mate.
Hope it goes well.
Hope you got some pastries. When you have the meeting and they put all the sandwiches out the front, do you get
They
into the
don't
sandwiches?
put sandwiches anymore. It's all pastries, and I'm not a pastries fan.
But you know when they have the meeting and you're sitting there, all the food's there, do you start eating it at the start of the meeting or midway through the meeting?
During, all the time.
It's kind of distracting though, don't you think?
I eat like the fly.
Oh, Donna is in Layla Park.
Hello, Donna. How are you?
All right, how are you?
Very well. Who was the Disney
Donna,
princess?
let me make a note. Our next contract negotiation, Amanda, is not to have sandwiches.
I put a towel over my head and... Who was the first Disney princess? Was it Snow White or Aurora?
Snow White.
Snow White, 1938. She was the first one.
Atlantic, king, coho, and sockeye are all types of what fish?
Atlantic, king, coho, and sockeye. What kind of fish?
Oh,
Atlantic.
I do not know.
Atlantic might be the clue. It's the only one I'd heard of.
Nev will know this in Terrigal.
Nev, do you know?
Atlantic king.
Not Atlantic king, it's Atlantic. King is another one.
And what was the third one?
Sockeye, coho and sockeye. They're types of fish. Atlantic, what's the word that comes after that when you're at the shop?
Salmon.
Yes, it's salmon.
Coho and sockeye. That could be a breakfast radio show,
They're
right
a couple of pandas.
How many lungs are in the human body, Nev?
2.
Yep.
And what do they taste like? No, question 7 isn't that. According to the Geneva University, actually we spoke about this on the wireless yesterday, they have definitively decided what came first, the chicken or the egg. Which one was it?
I didn't read about this, but I'm going to guess that it must have been the chicken.
No, Nev, sorry.
Jared's in Kirrawee.
Jared, what came first? They've proven it now. Chicken or egg?
Has to be the egg.
It's the egg. They discovered that millions of years before animals existed, they found organisms that had the potential. Look at, you're already screwing up your face, Brendan. The building blocks of creating life already existed before we had chickens.
Etc. Congratulations, you've won the jackpot.
I'm glad you've enjoyed my Beyond 2000 contributions.
It's all coming your way, Jared. $150 to spend on winning appliances. Visit a store this week to get early access to the best Black Friday deals on kitchen and laundry appliances. A $150 voucher to Holy Moly Golf Club. Like golf, but fun. And Jonesy and Amanda Carriage, choose fit to colour and some standard pencils. Jared, anything you'd like to add to this?
Thanks, legends. Really appreciate it.
You
Carry
are so
on.
welcome.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Sam Nation.
Podcast.
Good morning.
I'm glad we're not the only ones up at this ungodly hour.
I'm going to flick through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. Actually, it's a sad one. On this day, in 2002, the city of Atlanta declared it TLC Day in honour of Lisa Lopez, or Lisa Left Eye Lopez as she was known. I'd forgotten this. This is terrible. She died at the age of 30 in a fatal car accident.
That's right.
Ryan, what were you telling me earlier about that accident?
So she was filming in the car, I believe, at the time that the car accident happened. So
But not filming on a phone. It was 30 years ago.
Yeah, so like on a little camcorder.
Right.
So, or someone else was filming, but you can kind of watch those final moments. There's a documentary called Last Days of Left Eye, and she was making a documentary about her life. And so you can sort of see those.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. I kind of wish I hadn't seen it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's very chilling.
Yeah. What do you do? Don't
crikey.
look at that stuff, mate. Give you nightmares.
Well, it was like one of those times you're just watching random YouTube videos at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, you can't
stumbled on
unsee
it.
that stuff. But all these years later, her legacy
We'll have
does
to put
live
Safe
on.
Search on for Ryan now.
So it's 30 years since the band dominated the airwaves with their smash hit Waterfalls. They are still one of the biggest, best-selling American girl bands of all time. Over 65 million record sales under their belt worldwide.
Give it up for girl bands.
Let's hear it.
Jam Nation.
Well, I follow a site called Home and Away, the early years. And remember recently we played some audio from the show over the years where it seems that the writers have got bogged down on just one phrase. Remember this one?
I thought there was more to us, but obviously I was wrong. I thought you had more guts than that. Obviously I was wrong.
I was just silly enough to think that most of our friends thought the same way. Obviously, I was wrong.
I told Margaret you'd be smart enough to get your act together on this. Obviously, I was wrong.
Etc.
Obviously.
Yeah, etc. Well,
there's more?
There's more. And most of it is Alf. But
is it flaming?
No. Here's a phrase that you don't often hear in real life, but comes out of his mouth so easily.
Have you got any idea what time it is?
We didn't know it was going to take so long, sorry.
Do you think I came down in the last shower, boy? She says you threatened her. You threatened her.
No, Alf,
Shut up! I'm doing the talking here and I didn't come down in the last shower.
Well, maybe you'd like to come back in a couple of hours.
You must think I came down in the last shower.
Would you if you were in our place?
Yes, that's what you told me.
Oh, come off it, Blake. We didn't come down in the last shower, you know.
We didn't even know there were drugs there, okay?
Look, kids, we didn't come down in the last shower.
Well, come on, Alf. I mean, wouldn't you rather just the two of you this time, eh?
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't. It's just that I didn't come down in the last shower.
I wouldn't dream of it, Alf. It's the last thing on our minds.
Oh, yeah? You must really think I came down in the last shower, do you? These kids must think we came down in the last shower.
What are all these sausages doing in here?
Staying cold.
Don't give me that. What do you take me for? I didn't come down in the last shower, you know.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Well, I didn't come down in the last shower, mate.
How did you find out how to make that bomb, Duncan? Made it up.
Oh, come off the grass, mate. We didn't come down in the last shower.
So good.
Come off the grass, and I didn't come down in the last shower.
You know.
I don't think I've ever used that.
He should get a job on the Weather Channel.
He come down in the last shower. Do you ever say stuff like that?
No. The only person who comes close to that is you, because you say drongo.
Yeah, I love that.
What else do you say? Struth.
Yeah, fair dinkum.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum, I
You
like
actually
saying.
say those words in real life. No one else I know does.
My
it's
mother-in-law,
a throwback.
she says some good stuff.
What does she say?
She says, what do you want, a Pepsi-Cola badge? Pepsi-Cola badge.
Meaning, do you want a reward?
Yeah. What do you want, a Pepsi-Cola badge? And the
That
other
must have
one,
been an ad campaign, was it? Where's that come from?
it was before my time. The other one is don't go too-ing it around the place.
What does that mean?
Too-y radio.
Yeah.
So if you find out some gossip, don't go too-ing it
Was
around
this
the
when
place. E
were the kings of the world?
Yeah.
Don't go too-ing.
Yeah.
Don't go telling everybody.
Yeah, and she used to say to Helen, don't go Qantasing about, because there was remember when years ago in the 70s, the Qantas pilots and stuff were a big deal?
Right.
Don't go Qantasing it about.
Meaning puncing it up? Or
Yeah, I think puncing it up. Because there used to be a whole thing, it was like, how do you tell there's a pilot in the room? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Right.
So that was part of that.
So don't go puncing it up.
Don't go puncing it up.
And yet she's married a man, Helen's married a man,
Yeah.
whose sister and father are pilots.
And he works on the radio. Talk about rebellion.
But do you have a Pepsi-Cola badge? No.
Got the chest to pin it on.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Well, the new movie Wicked has opened in Australia. There's a big hoo-ha about it, big publicity.
Yeah. We got
push on
invited to the
weekend.
hoo-ha.
Oh, did we? See, I don't check emails. Why didn't you tell me we were invited to the
What,
hoo-ha?
have you gone to the hoo-ha?
No, but I'd like to know I'm
Your
invited.
boyfriend Jeff Goldblum was there.
I know. You know, I've met him before and did a living room
Isn't he
story with
great?
him, and I had the most flirtatious, crushiest day with him.
He's so good, isn't
He's
he?
so good. Yes, all the stars were here. So along with the movie, because it's Mattel linked, there are a whole lot of dolls that have been released. The Glinda doll, how do you pronounce it? Not the Alfalfa. I haven't seen Wicked. The Elphaba, is that the character? You haven't seen it either, have you?
I'm not a wicked guy.
Your wicked ways. So anyway, hundreds of these dolls have been released. And what people have discovered on the back of them, I don't know who would look or who would do this, but on the back there's a link, a URL or a link to, find out more about the movie or
Right.
whatever you want to do.
Or send us some feedback.
Whatever that is. Unfortunately, instead of wickedmovie.com, on the back of these boxes, it says wicked.com, which links you to something quite different.
What?
A porn site.
Oh. A porn site called wicked.com. This doesn't seem right.
I know. So, these marketing team and the detail that these people who are in these departments drill down on for every single moment, every single sentence, every single full stop is, I can't believe that this has slipped through that.
Yeah.
Ryan, are you looking it up?
Yeah, I've tried Googling it.
What have you got?
Oh, it's on Safe Search.
Yeah. Well, we did that before because we didn't want to upset you.
Well, Mattel has issued a statement. Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of the Mattel Wicked collection dolls, primarily sold in the US. Bad luck, Brendan. Which intended to direct consumers to the official Wicked movie landing page. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and seek to action to remedy this.
You got to be careful with that stuff. I met a guy many years ago and he was starting up a childcare franchise. I won't name the childcare franchise, but one of the names he put up was Daisy Chain Childcare, and I thought that was good, but apparently that's a homosexual act.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, there should be an organisation that you run these things through called I Like It Both Ways. Meaning that they'll look at it and see if it has a different connotation.
Just the name, I Like It Both Ways,
right.
is going to get
you have to start with that.
This could be our next thing. This could be us.
Yeah, we're the filter through which, because if we can't find rude, no one can.
Jam filter.
Jam filter. We like it both ways.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, okay.
Natasha Lee has the news
I'll
coming up.
get the business cards printed.
Okay.
Jam Nation.
We're doing a grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Pucka Tucker, 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You could pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right. Here it is, $1,000.
Yesterday, Davin got $2,000 because he got all the questions right, and then he played double or nothing with a bonus question.
I've stuck his little questionnaire up on our fridge.
Have you?
Yeah.
Because you miss him, do you?
Little smiley face. Well, I wonder what he's doing right now. Davin is a winner. I want to surround myself with winners.
Well, maybe Kevin from Croydon is the next person who's going to be our winner. Hello, Kevin.
Good morning, Jonesy and Amanda.
Kev.
Hello, Kevin. We've got 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. How are you feeling? You ready to start?
Yeah, give it a go.
All right, Kevin. And we always say if you're not sure, say pass. We usually have time to come back, all right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Kevin, good luck, because here we go. Question 1. What type of food is a Golden Gay Time?
Ice cream.
Question 2. What does CBD stand for?
Central Business District.
Question 3. Maggots are the babies of what animal?
Flies.
Question 4. True or false? The Titanic sank in the 1920s.
False.
Question 5. What animal is known for its ability to change its colour to match surroundings?
Chameleon.
Question 6. What actor plays Lieutenant Pete Mitchell in Top Gun?
Tom Cruise.
Question 7. What term represents the letter W in the phonetic alphabet?
Pass.
Question 8. What sea is located between mainland Australia and Tasmania?
Pass.
Question 9. How many dwarves did Snow White hang around with?
7.
Question 10. What Australian cake is known for its chocolate and coconut coating?
Lamington.
Question 7. What term... Kevin, you did really well.
Did you know what that W stands for in the phonetic alphabet there, Kev?
I'll know when you tell me.
Whiskey.
Who?
Whiskey.
Oh, whiskey. No, I wouldn't have got that.
And what sea is located? I could hear your brain turning over with this one.
Yeah,
what sea
Tasman
is
Sea.
the Tasman Sea.
Yeah.
You did really well, Kevin. Thank you for playing $100 to be getting on with.
Thank you.
Good on you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carry on about your business. Well, it can't always be winners. It happens.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
podcast.
A Mercedes driver was fined $544 for an ignorant act after a Gumtree purchase. He said, I didn't know.
Didn't know what? What happened?
The Mercedes driver copped a $544 fine and 3 demerit points for trying to transport a ladder in his car, all while it was stuck out about a metre out of the window.
Oh, so it wasn't even strapped long ways on the roof.
No, he had it sticking out the side.
Yeah, see, I can see why you get fined for that. I was behind a tradie who had a big ladder off the back without a little flag on it or anything the other day, and I thought, well, that's dangerous. You know, I didn't feel comfortable with that. But this, I can look at the picture you've just given me. That looks terrible.
Sticking right out the side.
Sticking right out the side.
The police said...
How do you say, the guy said, I didn't know.
He didn't know. It is an offence to drive with a protruding load.
No, you know that.
After the incident was shared online by the police, the act was called out as ignorant, while one man joked, well, at least he knew how far away he had to be from cyclists.
Well, see, how dangerous would that be for cyclists? That's
Yeah.
right, sticking out about a metre, as you say. It's half a ladder.
The problem with riding a motorcycle regularly as your daily drive, as they say, is that sometimes you see cool stuff on the side of the road and you can't pick it up. Just the other day I was riding along and there was
This isn't a barbecue chicken in a trolley, is it?
Doesn't always go to barbecue chicken, but I'm always aware of my surroundings, always looking out for stuff. On the side of the road, there was a surfboard rack that could hold up to about 5 boards. I went, oh, that's perfect. Problem was, it was midway. I live, 30 Ks away from the radio station, so it was probably 15 Ks. So there's no point in me going all the way home and getting the car to go back and get the surfboard rack. It was one of those moments.
It sure was being thrown out. You just didn't see it around the side of someone's house.
No, I was sitting out on the street.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, that's exactly what I need.
Could you, even if it was legal, could you have physically put it on the side of your bike and, done something?
I have done that before. I've carried many things on my motorcycle, but no, this would have been way too hard. I did many years ago, I used to work at outboard motor wreckers, pulling outboard motors apart. And on an outboard motor, there's a power head. That's the engine. And the boss said, we've got to get this outboard motor part across to the other side of the road, other side of town. And I went, yeah, no worries. And I said, well, I'll take the ute. And he said, well, the ute's not here. And he said, what about that motorbike of yours? Can we strap it onto the back of that?
Oh.
And I said, well,
Did the motor make it go faster?
No, the motor wasn't running. And he said, well, how much? And I said, well, I don't think that's safe. And he goes, well, you take a pillion passenger. How much do they weigh? And I said, well, probably, more than 60 kilos. And he goes, well, the power head weighs 60 kilos. So he strapped it onto the back of the bike.
And how did it change the way you drove?
No,
Was
it's
it okay?
totally fine. But it was proportionally okay.
Would you have got in trouble legally?
No, I don't think so.
What about JFK Jr.? Remember that? Remember in this lead up to the election campaign in America, he wanted to run as an independent. In the end, he went cuckoo. And so then he threw his money and his ideas behind Trump. But he once strapped an entire whale's head to the top of his car. Remember that?
That's right.
Yeah. Apparently, this happened a number of years ago. A whale washed up on the beach. He went down with a chainsaw, hacked its head off, put it on the roof of his car with ocky straps and drove for hours back to his home with it on the roof because, quote, he was interested in bones and skeletons.
Sure.
And his daughter tells the story of how it was, the smell, the ooze.
The smell would have been dreadful.
Horrendous. On top of a minivan.
I reckon the tribal drum would beat for this. What have you strapped to your car?
Okay.
Loaded up the truck and removed Beverly.
Here on Man of the Match, a family passed to the Hunter Valley Gardens, overnight accommodation, brekkie, $100 to spend.
Maybe you strapped an elderly relative to the top
In
of
a
your
rocking
car.
chair.
Jam Nation.
A Mercedes driver has been fined for trying to transport a ladder sticking out the side of his car. What happened was he bought it on Gumtree. Boom, I'm going to get it. Hasn't got roof racks on the Mercedes, so he's put it out the side window.
I'm intrigued as to every time you say the story why you say they're a Mercedes driver. If they drove something else, would you say that they were a Ford driver or if they were a whatever? Because if ever there's a news story and someone with an expensive car brand has got in trouble, everyone makes a big deal about it. Must be.
Am I being car racist?
Maybe you are.
Caseist.
Or car anti-elitist.
Oh, no, I like Mercedes. I like all cars.
But what we're asking you is what have you strapped to your car? Maybe you're RFK Jr. and you strapped a severed whale head to the roof of your car and drove for several hours.
That's normal.
That's normal.
The Tribal Drummer's beating for this. What have you strapped to your car?
So they loaded up the truck and removed Beverly.
They strapped Granny, complete with rocking chair.
Not a rocking horse.
Rocking chair. Gina's with us.
Hello, Gina. What have you strapped to the car?
Good morning. Okay, so it wasn't me, but it was my mates. My brother was getting married and they decided to get him a beauty and they strapped a blow-up doll to the top of his car. So that was pretty funny. We were all laughing, taking pictures, but he was actually late for work. So he didn't have time because they masking taped the blow-up doll onto the car so tight. He didn't have time to take it off, so he had to drive to work with the blow-up doll, pull up in the car park with the blow-up doll on the roof, got out, and his boss has just pulled up right next to him.
And how do you
find it funny.
How do you explain, I didn't do this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do they still do that? Not the blow-up doll so much, but remember they used to tie cans to the back of the car.
Yeah.
and
Did you
stuff
have
like
that when you got married? The just married at the back?
No, I didn't have any cans.
Then it was your mullet that just draped
Just
across
had
behind the
draped
car.
the back of the car.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I don't think it's a big deal to identify the make of car. You seem to think that it's car racist or car
Well, no, just
phobic.
that every time you mention this story, you say it was a Mercedes driver. I'm wondering if you're thinking it's an expensive car, but they got a cheap ladder on Gumtree.
If I was saying it was an Audi driver, then yeah, there'd be some sort of beef there. But a Mercedes driver has fined $544 for an ignorant act after a Gumtree purchase. He said, I didn't know. He was driving along in his Mercedes, saw the Gumtree ladder and thought, this is great. Didn't have some roof racks and just shoved it in the side.
In the side window, so half the ladder is hanging out. It looks incredibly
can't do
dangerous.
that. Like, that might be funny in the Goodies TV show, but not in real life.
What about RFK Jr.? He heard that a dead whale had washed up on the beach in Massachusetts. This is a number of years ago. And the quote was, Bobby, who likes to study animal skulls and skeletons, ran down to the beach with a chainsaw, cut off the whale's head, and then bungee corded it to the roof of the family minivan for a 5-hour drive back to New York.
That would have got pretty ripe. The tribal drummer's beating, what have you strapped to your car?
So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly.
Granny, anyone?
Hello, Katrina. What was on the car?
When we were little, there was a little kid who went on a bike and he'd hook himself onto the back of the car to go to school. We used to drive really slowly, and he used to wear a little ice cream bucket on his head to stop the magpies too.
So he was on his bike and he just held onto the car?
Yeah.
Whose car?
It was one of the other kids in the street.
Yeah, right.
And was any adult involved?
It was like 30 years ago.
Yeah. There were any adults involved?
Obviously driving the car,
Yeah, and they thought that was okay too.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of a helmet, just an ice cream bucket on your head. And that wasn't for safety, that was for the magpies.
Yeah.
When you look back at this now, you just, oh my God.
Yeah, I worked in Back to the Future. Marty McFly gets on his skateboard, he zips around the town.
Yeah, he'd be arrested today.
Thank you. Kelvin has joined us.
Hi, Kelvin. What was strapped to the car?
Good morning. Oh, this one was only just to impress the mother-in-law. I had a 1972 Corolla, and she didn't have any money for deliveries. And I said, "Oh, that's all right. We'll just put it on the roof of the Corolla." And ended up being, by the time we left Harvey Norman at Erin, a two-seater lounge and a washing machine. And I had to put her in, and then run the rope through the inside of the car and strap it over both things.
Right.
And did it work?
Oh, yeah, no, I had to drive about, I don't know if you know the Central Coast from Erin to Baddo Bay, which is probably about 10 Ks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, back in, 28 years ago, you'd probably get away with it. You wouldn't get away with it these days. But,
a two-seater lounge and a washing machine with a bit of rope that was tied through the roof of the car. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And a 1972 Corolla, so 28 years ago, that was even an old car back then.
Yeah.
Well done, Kelvin. That's what this country was built on. Can do. Danny has joined us.
Hi, Danny. What was on the car?
Well, it wasn't on the car, but it's something my mother did. Anyway, 2 years back, I was living about 6 doors from Mum. And, we had organised a council clean-up. I said, Mum, that'd be great, Dan. All right, 2 days later, I get this phone call. Will you come in and get the stuff? I said, yeah, just call your jets. I'll be up there shortly. All right, anyway, I didn't hear any more of it. We're down the side of the house. All of a sudden, we hear... We looked at each other and went, what the heck's going on? We both walked out the front, looked up the street, and lo and behold, here comes the old girl, right on lawnmower, four-wheel beach caddy behind her, full of stuff, wine in hand, and she's like, look at me. Aren't I clever? I just looked and went, oh, Jesus, I'm out, see ya.
So she was driving a lawnmower with a glass of wine in her hand, and what was she towing?
She was towing a beach caddy full of rubbish.
Right.
Wow.
What a legend.
What a legend. Absolutely.
Joanne has joined us.
Hi, Joanne. What was strapped to the car?
Coffin.
Oh, what happened?
we were in Fiji and we'd hired a car and we were just driving around, and this little 1980s Datsun came around the roundabout with a coffin on the roof, and all the occupants of the car, including the driver, had their arms out the window to hold it onto the roof.
Oh, it wasn't even tied down.
It wasn't tied down. They just had their arms out holding it and were driving along with a coffin.
Wow.
It's another day in Fiji.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation podcast.
Down to the Jonesy Matter Arms for the pub test, and this is something you brought to the table today. Food on a stick. Does it pass the pub test?
Well, I was looking at the Good Food Guide in the Herald every Tuesday, which I like to do, and they're discussing food on a stick. They say that Cook, in their area, their section of the paper called Cook the Trend, they've said that food on a skewer or a stick will never stop being a mealtime wonder. It allows for novelty, for portability, for maximum charm, and there are lots of recipes where you can marinate meat, vegetables, put all of those on sticks. They're portable, blah, blah, blah. Don't waste my time.
You don't like it?
Food on a stick is either you have to cook the hell out of it, maybe, and then it's dry, or it's not cooked in the middle where the stick is. How do you eat it? Do you take it off the stick with a fork and try and stab yourself in the process? Do you eat it off the stick and you then get mank all over your mouth? Why have food on a stick?
Yeah.
Why have it?
Well, it's convenient.
How is it convenient?
You're at a party and you're just standing there and they come around with a little meat on a stick, chicken on a stick or something.
Wouldn't it be easy just to have bits of the small meat and you put a toothpick in? Because if you get the whole stick.
Oh, that
then
toothpick.
But how do you eat it? Do you eat it sideways? Do you put the stick in your mouth?
I go front and then side.
Because if it's finger food, you can't take the food off because you need two hands to do that.
Sometimes you can just pull it off with your fingers and just eat it as you're standing there.
Oh, come on. You've never not got a drink in your hand at one of those functions. I don't understand how it's finger food. I don't understand at someone's house why you'd have it, because therefore you can actually take the meat off.
Yeah. Well, you get the souvlaki.
I know you like cooking it, don't you?
I love it. It's great stuff.
And
Get in there.
Yeah. Well, it's not my thing. I think it's awkward to eat. I don't understand the point of it. Is this just me?
This is why you get trolleyed at the Christmas party, because you don't eat.
Is this just me? Food on a stick. Does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
I'm upskilling just in case this dream factory closes down.
What's happening? Why are you doing first aid courses?
I'm getting my Coxswain certificate.
And what's that?
It means I can drive all manner of watercraft.
Oh, I thought it was rowing.
I sit up the back with a megaphone.
Isn't that what the Cox is?
Yeah.
Yeah. That terrible time that my friend had two nephews who were 17 and 18. Oh, they were twins, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they went over for Christmas and everyone thought it'd be funny to weigh these young men then to weigh grandma. And the terrible sentence was said, one of the boys said, "Granny, you weigh less than our cocks," because they're big rowers. And the whole family just went quiet.
What did Granny say?
Nothing.
So part of my Coxswain certificate.
So what does a coxswain do in your situation?
They just all manner of watercraft.
And what are you going to drive?
I don't know. I just like to have
Pacific Princess?
I used to have my truck license. I've got a motorbike license. I have my forklift license. I like to have a lot of licenses.
Still got your pen license?
I never got my pen license. You know, that cuts deeply. So anyway, in part of getting the Coxswain certificate, I've got to do a first aid certificate, part of which is an online component.
Right.
And the questions, they're pretty easy. They're common sense-based questions.
Right.
And my problem, and I guess this happened at school with multiple choice questions, I just sort of breeze through it and I don't really read.
You don't read them?
I don't read the brief. So what happened was I went with the first question and it said, which statement is incorrect in regards to duty of care? So I thought all the questions would be pointing out the incorrect multiple choice answer.
But it was only for the first one.
Yeah, like, yeah. So, like Gavin is on fire. What do? Douse him in water.
Light a cigarette.
Or stand around with marshmallows. So I would.
So in the first one, you had to say which one's not right.
Yeah. So, for example, in the first one, it said, what is the employer's duty of care to their employees, ensuring that there is a correctly maintained first aid kit? Okay, so that's obviously the correct answer. The incorrect one would be access to a secure parking lot. And then there was another one, a well-stocked lunchroom. And I thought someone's, making jokes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I correctly put,
An incorrect one.
An incorrect one.
Yes.
But then I just went through those.
Oh, and was that the only one that was like that?
Well, I was watching Tulsa King while I was doing it. I'm into that show. So one of the questions was, a casualty is yelling at you to hurry up and treat them. The correct answer, well, according to them, is remain calm and speak to them with respect.
Duh, what are the other ones?
I've got incorrect. Yell back at them and tell them that you're doing your best.
Is that what you ticked?
Yeah. You've been caring for a casualty at work. What privacy and confidentiality considerations do you need to do? And so it says remove any bystanders who are not assisting you.
That's the correct one. Yeah. What did you tick?
Tell and show everyone what has happened so there's no gossip.
And you tick that.
Well, it's better than post it up on the incident report form on the staff bulletin board.
You're like someone who goes on the Magnificent Seven and has no idea.
Exactly.
So, and you said you passed.
I passed because I went through it again. I looked at
and you realised you'd misread the questions.
I showed all the questions to my wife and said, what the hell have you done?
Oh, God.
Because I was quite proud of myself. I know. I said, you've read this wrong.
Gee, if you get this licence, we're all in trouble.
Don't worry. I'll be telling everything what's wrong with you. Yep, Amanda's pooped her pants again.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Sam Nation. Podcast.
We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Food on a stick. Does it pass the pub test?
Yes. The Good Food Guide in the Sydney Morning Herald this morning talks about how it never goes out of fashion, how great food on a stick is. I don't like it. It's either cooked to buggery or you can't get it off the stick. And how do you eat it? How do you get it off the stick? How do you eat it as finger food when you've got a drink in one hand and the food on a stick in another? Do you stick it down your throat? What do? I don't understand the point of it.
And the old stick, the leftover stick.
What do you do with that?
So many questions.
Food on a stick, does it pass the pub test?
Amanda's right. Yeah, no. Food on a stick, no. The only exception is the toffee apple.
Oh, nothing like getting food on a stick when you go to the Easter show. It definitely passed the pub test. Pluto pup is my favourite thing. Not great for my heart, but great for my stomach. Love it. So, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Lord. No, it doesn't. And to be poetic, you can stick the stick. I hate it.
On the weekend, I went to a food and wine festival and I had grapes on a stick with a light covering of toffee on it, and it was delicious. So, yes, it passes the pub test.
Oh, yeah, it goes for novelty stuff. But, once a year, go to the show, get Pluto pup on a stick, dag with dog lasagna, that type of thing. So I wonder what they'll invent next, food on the rope.
Oh, lasagna on a stick?
What about toffee apples? Who's got time for that?
Oh, who's got teeth for that?
And then you chuck the whole
Whoever eats a toffee apple ever? That's for another discussion.
Jam Nation.
We've been pursuing Jamie Oliver on this show. Not that we're pursuing him, but he was offered up to us originally last week.
A couple of weeks ago.
And we went, yeah, sure, we'll get him on. He's a good story. I like that story he says about how Liam Gallagher next door was drunk at a pub next door to his joint and would show up there drunk saying, make me a bacon Sammy, you big
He's got a new cookbook out, which is really good. I've taken it home and nicked it.
So he was going to be on our show today, but now has pulled all his interviews because of this children's book after it's received criticism for causing offence to Indigenous Australians. So he's talking about this. So
he's written a children's book.
He's written a children's book, yes. Yep. And it's Billy and the Epic Escape. So this is a series of books for tweens. And this particular one is this is what it says, a humorous fantasy adventure novel set in England but involves a subplot where a wicked woman with supernatural powers teleports herself to Alice Springs to steal a child from a fictitiously named community called Borrolama. She wants an Australian Indigenous child to join her press gang of kidnapped children who work her land because First Nations children seem to be more connected with nature. Whatever happened to the hungry caterpillar? Just do that. Harry McClary.
It's insensitive, isn't it, considering how uncomfortable we all are with the history of the stolen
generation. And with
generations.
an English guy doing it as well.
Yeah, through the colonial lens, as they say.
It's kind of patronising a bit.
I saw something on the Batuta Advocate this morning. It says, Jamie Oliver is shocked to learn that he wrote a kid's book.
Because it's true, isn't it?
Who
Kids
knows?
Books. Kids
I know
books.
you think kids' books are easy. I disagree with you.
We don't. That's unless. No, that's it. No more kids' books. We're not talking to anyone about kids' books.
Why
anymore.
not?
I just, I think it's just phoning it in. Anyone can write a kids' book.
I think you are so wrong in saying anyone can write a
Unless
kid's
it's someone we like.
book.
Are you writing a kid's book?
No, but there'd be a lot of people who've attempted to and that hasn't gone well. I think there's a lot of skill in writing a kid's book.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
What about you do the pop-up thing? That's good. Pop-up
That's a
books are
baby's
hard.
book.
I like a good pop-up.
Okay, well, this is more about you. Don't tell me how it ends.
What about Jamie makes Liam a bacon Sammy?
That'd be good.
That's
Scratch
a
and
pop-up.
sniff. Except you don't want a Gallagher scratch and sniff, just the food.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation Podcast.
Well, after 14 years of friendship, Lisa and Sarah were as close as friends as they could be. But after 8 long years of trying for a baby, 18 rounds of IVF, gee, I know what those years are like, Lisa and her husband had just about given up the idea of expanding their family until Sarah came to her with a life-changing offer, the baby that they'd longed for. Sarah Megerson and Lisa Messenger have written a book about this called The Power of Two, and they join us now. Sarah and Lisa, hello.
Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
Hello. So, surrogacy isn't legal in Australia, which just astounds me. So the only way you can have a baby like this is if someone like you steps up. Am I right about that, Sarah?
Yeah, that's right. It's called altruistic surrogacy. So commercial surrogacy, where any money changes hands, that's illegal in Australia. But altruistic surrogacy, where you do it out of, the goodness of your heart, that is allowed. But only about 120 of those scenarios happen in Australia each year because it's pretty tricky to find someone who can do that for you.
And you guys are pretty close, but it must have been hard, Sarah, when you were carrying that little baby because you would have maternal instincts. And also for Lisa, you would have been thinking, what if Sarah suddenly decides, I want to have this, I want to keep the baby?
I mean, I think there's so much trust. I'd say, Lisa.
There's so much trust and I think lots of communication. Sarah and I have known each other since 2011, so we'd had a pretty strong friendship by the time it came about to us being pregnant.
So, Sarah, you had children of your own. How did you explain to them what was going on?
We were really lucky because they were old enough to understand. So they were all in primary school and high school. So I was able to explain to them really clearly that I was going to get pregnant, but they weren't getting a sibling. And it was really great. They were really part of the experience and they fully understood that our friends really wanted a baby and that we were going to be part of the link in the chain that helped them start their family. So they were really supportive, really involved. Even my 12-year-old daughter was there for the implantation day. So they were involved every step of the way.
And Lisa, how did you feel? Did you have natural feelings of kind of jealousy that Sarah was carrying the baby? How did? And I assume this is an embryo. Was it your egg and your husband's sperm together?
Well, all of that we talk about in our book, but I wasn't jealous at all, Amanda, because I'd been trying for a baby for 8 years. So I'd been through 16 rounds of IVF myself before Sarah tried for me. So I was just thrilled. And honestly, it was the most exciting way to have a baby. It was like having your best girlfriend by your side, and every single day we were either FaceTiming or we were together in person at every single scan, or we were calling each other or DMing each other. So no, it was extraordinary and I could not fault the entire experience.
And how did the men in your life go with this?
Well, they've been extraordinarily supportive, but sometimes my hubby Stephen feels on the outer. He's like, I feel like it's your and Sarah's baby. We just had such fun together, but they've been really, really special. And to be honest, it's Stephen's fault a little bit. He hates social media, whereas Sarah and I have kind of been sharing our story from the rooftops to help other people.
And as you say, so few people go about it this way because how hard it must be. How do you feel about this being offered a financial service? Why aren't we like the States where this can be regulated?
There's a couple of things there. I feel like Sarah and I are in each other's heads and we're probably going to say very similar things. Look, I think it's great in a way that, it's so regulated, but also there's huge downfalls around that. It's very prohibitive. There's so much paperwork. In fact, today, Hugo's almost 16 months old and we still don't have a legal birth certificate or a Medicare card for him ourselves. So there's so much red tape
so much bureaucracy, so many hoops to jump through. So while some of it should be regulated, so, it's not just open slather, I think there's a lot of things that could jump into 2024.
Because you would think that the government would be on top of this. Your story's been around everywhere. So who's dragging the chain on this?
I think the fact that there's not a lot of demand there for it within the government, the fact that there's only 120 of these a year, it just becomes such a low priority for them. They're prioritising based on need, and they just don't see the need there. And we see this a lot with a lot of areas of fertility and Medicare rebates. Even that was something, because I was a surrogate, there were different rebates that Lisa and Stephen could claim. They couldn't get as much back from the government because it wasn't their own fertility process. And I think things like that really need a bit of attention because it just makes it so prohibitive.
Oh, I've got a friend who has a child through surrogacy, and they went to the States where it was so regulated, so straightforward, so taken care of. I just saw a very different side of it, and this wonderful family that's being created because of it. I don't know why we can't just make this easier for people.
Yeah, agree. It's a lot. I mean, in the US, it's very expensive because, it's a pay-to-play situation, and as Sarah said, it's altruistic in Australia. And we don't take it lightly that we've been in a fortunate financial position that we could go through so many rounds of IVF and then do this. And I'm acutely aware that there are a lot of people out there who can't even afford one round of IVF. So I think also some of the barriers to entry and some government support and things around this, because it affects so many people, infertility or struggling. So I would like to see some regulatory changes and support there from the government for sure.
Well, it's a case of it working, and little Hugo, look at him go, although when he turns into a teenager, will you be handing him back to Sarah?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, hello, Toddlerville. He's the cutest thing, but it's like, before breakfast, and there's 27 different ways he's tried to maim himself or the cat or the dog or some wall or something in the house already. He's adorable, but my gosh, he's wild.
Well, I think it's a great story, ladies. The Power of Two is at all bookstores now. Sarah, Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jonesy and Amanda.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Places, everybody.
Sorry I'm late.
There's no time to waste.
The clock is ticking.
Let's do this thing.
Do you know who Rocco Ritchie is?
Rocco Ritchie sounds like a cool dude.
It's a cool name. He is the son of Madonna and Guy Ritchie. He's 24 years old. He is now an artist, and I saw something incredible. He's got an art exhibition, and the way he spoke about it was so interesting. I'll play some of it for you next.
Also, Gets My Ghoulies is coming up. You got something on your case, you come to us via the iHeartRadio app.
Jam Nation.
Yeah, so Rocco Ritchie is 24 years old. He is, as I said, the son of Madonna and Guy Ritchie. I think he spent a lot of time growing up with his dad, who's an English filmmaker. He makes all those Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrel
and
kind
Snatch.
of. Yeah, those kind of gangstery, faux, sexy, sharp, smart gangstery films. Am I right in saying that?
Yes.
It'd be very hard growing up in that household, I imagine, being the child of Madonna, the most famous woman in the world, and all the permutations she goes through to stay young, to stay in front, to stay unusual, all this stuff. He is now an artist. And I saw a thing recently where he was talking about his art exhibition. He's got an exhibition in Paris called The Tourist. He was beautifully dressed in a beautiful suit. He can speak French, so he introduced it all in French. And then he was explaining the nature of his paintings. And even though he's grown up in a very privileged position, he's not poor me. He's just tried to make sense of his place in the world. I found him quite engaging.
A lot of the pictures in this show are based off of paparazzi pictures from my teenage years, let's say. At the time, these pictures used to really haunt me because, I was just trying to do what most teenagers do. And then I would wake up with, images in the papers.
I do remember a bunch of pictures of him.
There was a picture of him drinking beer
That's right,
under
yeah.
a bridge, pretty
Yes,
much.
yes.
And he said, that photo, he could have let it haunt him. Instead, he's turned it into a painting. He said this is how he's going to turn things around for himself.
I definitely, for a few years, struggled with a sense of identity and a certain sense of confidence because I always felt like I had to, live in the shadows of. And then I realized that, this is how it is and this is my life, and better, embrace it and head it straight on than have to hide for the rest of my life. And so I thought, what could I make of it? And lucky enough, I'm a painter, so I'm making paintings of it.
Interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of people would say he's the luckiest guy in the world to have all that privilege and all that money, etc. But as he said, he came to terms with, okay, this is my life. How do I let it define me? And there's no self-pity. I was very taken with him. And he's met a number of people on the way who just didn't really give a rat's about who he was, and they were the main people in his life, I think.
This is South Bank itself. A very deep place in my heart because it actually was the place where I formed my first bit of identity. And, I met my first, I would say my rawest friends in this place, because the truth is they didn't care who you were. They didn't care where you came from. It was just like, were you good at skating? And could you hang, could you hang? This was like my place of freedom. It was my escape.
That's what you got to do. You just got to hang.
But I was really taken with him. He could have been a brat and all that stuff. And I found him quite self-effacing. And his paintings are lovely. And as I said, there he was in this beautiful suit leading people through the gallery to explain what his paintings were. I was very taken with him.
One wonders what your boys will do. You are on the same trajectory as Madonna.
Yeah.
There's that picture of you in your underpants trying to find a shoe under the bed.
Look, the minute my children find my sex book, we're all in trouble. It's called Take 5 and the magazines are under the bed.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Everybody shout. Come on now, sing out. It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
In less than 3 weeks, someone will win $20,000 for being our favourite Ghoulie of the year. What have we got today?
Hi, I just wanted to say what my ghoulie, or what gets my ghoulies, is very simple. The word anything ends in a G, not a K. And when you hear people saying it in general, but especially on TV, I have to turn the channel because it frustrates the crap out of me. It's not anything, it's anything.
Well said.
What else?
What gets my ghoulies is the government is introducing the reduction in the size of packs of paracetamol, coming into effect in February 25. No, guess what? Already in effect. It won't be more expensive. Well, I did the sums. If I buy a pack of 20, each tab is 19 cents. When I buy a pack of 16, it's 21 cents a tab. Why is the government wrapping us in so much cotton wool, and why are the supermarkets ripping us off?
That's why we all have to wear high-vis.
But this is what's interesting is that if they're going to make the packets smaller, if this is stuff that's not behind the counter at the chemist or anything, why don't you just buy 2 packets? What, like they're trying to limit the amount of paracetamol we're taking.
Yeah, I think she's talking about shrinkflation, though, isn't she?
But the idea of them doing it's interesting when you can just buy 2. Intriguing.
Take a Bex and a lie down.
Do it.
With the bad and the good, if you dipped out, you can contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 3 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email a Facebook friend, wins a family pass to the Hunter Valley Gardens. Overnight accommodation, breakfast, $100 dinner voucher. The Christmas Lights Spectacular. There are over 4 million lights on now until Jan 25 at Hunter Valley Gardens.
Plus a Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and key ring as well.
You were telling me about a man who was driving with a ladder sticking out of his car window.
His Mercedes window.
I don't know why you insist on saying that. But he'd seen this.
It paints a picture.
He'd seen the ladder on Gumtree, but he just stuck it out his side window. Tribal Drum was beating for, what did you strap onto your car?
So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly.
Joanne from Spring Farm saw something unusual driving along the roads in Fiji.
We were in Fiji. We'd hired a car and we were just driving around, and this little 1980s Datsun came around the roundabout with a coffin on the roof, and all the occupants of the car, including the driver, had their arms out the window to hold it onto the roof.
Oh, it wasn't even tied down.
It wasn't tied down. They just had their arms out holding it and were driving along with a coffin.
Yeah, the human Oki strap.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Phil is next with another chance to win everything you need for Christmas with WSFM's Oh Christmas Free.
We'll be back from 6 tonight for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.